Who do they think they are? Get me a cigarette, somebody. Yeah. Who do they think they are?
No, but about who?
They think the Fort Park. Holy Exodus has been approved. Welcome down to the Chain Dogs podcast live on YouTube. Hello, everybody in the chat. Hello to everybody listening across the globe. And if you're listening on Spotify and Apple Podcast, leave us a review. They like it when they you leave us a review. They really like it. 5 stars, please. That'd be great. But yeah, we've got action-packed show. We're joined by Mikhail and James today. Sean is away, unfortunately. But hello to everyone. Hello to Carl, who's currently stuck in a Glasgow hotel. Hello, Carl. Hope you're doing well. Hope you get a new laptop at some point. But yeah, it's a crazy day. Today has been insane. Like, we were like, what we're going to talk about up until about 2 o'clock this afternoon, and it's just gone mad. It's just gone mad. So obviously we've guys, what do you think about, like, I love this time of year now because everything into next year is like, it's just so exciting. There's so many things that are happening now in the UK.
I love it until you realize then that we then have to wait for like 4 or 5 months until everything comes around.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So I hope everybody's doing well.
Even in this case, we're gonna be waiting fucking a year and 5 months.
Yeah, true. And we'll get onto Horizon and what's just come out. And then also we're going to talk about Exodus, Wildcat, and a few other things as well. This is episode 51. We've made it over the threshold 50. If you didn't watch last week's episode, it was an absolute banger. It was awesome. Please go and check that out. But yeah, we've got say hello to the chat. We've got Bobby, we've got Coaster Giant, we've got Tech Andrew, we've got Ads, we've got Dan, got Roller Baz and Coaster Dad. So Stoke-on-Trent Can Coaster is going ahead, pending planning. Love that. That's great. Yeah. Right. So what shall we talk about first? We've got so much to go through. Where are they? Should we talk about Exodus?
Let's just address the elephant in the room, shall
Let's
we?
go for it. Approved. There we
approved.
go. It's a Mac.
It's a big Mac.
Indeed.
It's a big coaster. And a lot of people have done a lot of renders of this. We did one, Coaster Gen. But a lot of other people. Jammies, I think, is the best. So search Jammies' channel and have a look at his Exodus recreation. It's brilliant. It looks so fun. The first drop looks absolutely fucking bonkers on the back row of the coaster. It is just an airtime machine. It's short, yes, but it packs so much. What do you think about it, Mikhail, in terms of, like, you know, the layout? And we have talked about it a lot before, but the fact that it's been approved now, you've always said that this is going to be, you know, a world-class coaster.
I think it'll be. It's hard to say just because, well, if they don't do any more revisions and if this is the layout that we get, then yeah, I think it'll be hard to judge whether it'll be like, you know, like certified world class until obviously I see it and ride it. But I think there is world class potential in moments in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Just in terms of some of the pacing moments, that first drop will be batshit insane in the back row.
It will.
You're looking at one of the best drops on any coaster in the world there, or potentially.
It's gonna be very strange to see it on the Thorpe skyline.
Yeah,
because it's like stealth, and then now it's just gonna be stealth's bigger brother.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think the length or lack thereof is going to be much of an issue when, like, if the elements that are there deliver in the manner in which they look to that they might deliver in terms of you know, Luke, you've ridden Velocicoaster now. You've experienced unconventional airtime,
Yeah,
like not just on.
I love the way you describe that unconventional airtime. It's like,
I mean, that's exactly what it is. Like when you get in airtime coming out of inversions, airtime during inversions, sideways airtime, you know, airtime through whippy transitions and stuff like that. Like it's not just you know, traditional airtime hills that give like the best airtime anymore. And this looks littered with moments that could deliver on that front.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like it looks like it's gonna be very like the length isn't gonna matter so much when there's gonna be multiple memorable moments like that.
Yeah.
That a lot of not only enthusiasts but just people in general in the UK haven't experienced before.
Absolutely, it's an opportunity for like you say, it's an opportunity for people to experience Velocicoaster like unconventional airtime, like you're saying, but not on it, and not having to travel to Florida. A lot of people have obviously been to mainland Europe and ridden some of the Intamins that have been coming out there and stuff, and even the Vekomas. But this just looks insane. I'm actually astonished that this has been approved. I thought they would have to make so many changes to it. They got away with it, I think. I think they've got away with one.
Yeah,
I really do. We're lucky that we're getting it. Obviously, people down south are absolutely buzzing. James, how do you feel? You're a southerner. Like,
it just up the road from you. Like, if you're not
measure it in Tim Hortons. How many Tim Hortons is it away from your house?
I would want to stop at all of them. So
exactly. I just think it's just gonna be mad. Like the first drop, and then straight away into that hanging inversion. You're gonna get some proper like hang time on that. You come back out, and then you do that mad roll. And then it's like nice low to the ground tip outs and airtime, and then you've got the roll at the end.
That I've got 2 new coasters about an hour away from me in the next 2 years.
Yeah. Jumanji.
Got Jumanji and then that coming.
It's going to be exciting, that ride.
I mean, if you want to look towards France as well, I can't imagine that.
Yes,
Parc Asterix is too far from you as well.
I've not measured. That's on air googling.
Isn't it googling on air?
Googling. For me to drive.
Hi, it's me.
Oh no. Have you had a bet to get that in this show with someone? I feel like
that's gonna be on the bingo card. No, it's just like the funny thing is I've not even listened to that song before. I've just heard it being repeated over and over again on another podcast that I listened to.
It's 4 hours 37.
If this turns out to have extreme spinning trains, I will explode. Out and back travel, that is a lovely thought.
Based on the plans that we saw, they aren't the spinning trains.
This is true. Can't forget Legoland's new coasters as well. I mean, they are big for that park. So yeah, considering Duplo is the only thing they've got in the Dragon. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no. And Legoland's Jewelers. All right. Well, we're not hating on Legoland. We're all for it. I just think it's going to be nuts. I can't wait to see it in person. Like, driving down and seeing it start to just come over the horizon when you can see Stealth, like it's just going to be bonkers. I remember the first time I saw Shambhala, that was the tallest coaster at Sin at the time, and it was just like, what is that? That's not legal, surely. It's so high.
I could see it from my flight landing in Reyes.
Yeah, same. So you mean that's probably what you're going to see from Heathrow now? You're going to see Exodus.
You already see Stealth.
Yeah.
Because the flight path over it's so close, you're very low when you're flying over Thorpe. If you do that departure,
but yeah, it does look like it's conventional trains in the blueprints.
I hope it's not that.
But the thing is,
I hope it's not.
No,
I hope
it's Merlin. They won't pass up an opportunity for an upcharge. That's a good point. There they will. It's just like face backwards. Yeah.
Matt says he's going to crap himself at the top of the list.
Honestly, like
it is a big.
Honestly, the back row even if it's just a normal back row, the back row
like,
over that drop and down the twist in that drop is gonna like
you're gonna be halfway down before you've even realized you've gone over the top.
Exactly.
It's just gonna be
bonkers. You won't need like. I don't want to get caught up in just let's put a spinning row on everything. It'd be so much better. Like it doesn't. It's not gonna need it. Let's be honest. It's not gonna.
Very good impression of everyone. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not gonna need it at all. No. But yeah, what do you guys think of Exodus being approved in the comments in the chat? Let's have a quick look what you guys are saying. He's gonna crap himself on top of the lifter. You already said that. Bonjour, what a frills. Hello. Honestly, spinning trains sound too much for me. Yeah. Fully fledged.
I keep having to do a double take and remember that Matt is actually Coaster Giant. Like, I don't know Coaster Giant. Like, just off of instinct.
Imagine being scared of heights. Yeah, that's probably. I mean, yes.
Yes,
ERT
please.
of when this
yes,
opens.
Please.
Pay hundreds of pounds.
Lift or walk.
Oh, do you know what? That is something they could.
I
offer
think Port probably
that.
would.
That's something that they probably, given that they already do it on Swarm.
Yeah,
I can't see why they wouldn't at some point in time in the future do it for this as well. Do we think they're going to keep the name Exodus? That's the project
feel
name.
Like
yeah, well,
I
the Frills
like
says
it as the actual name of the ride.
I really hope they keep the name Exodus and use.
So do I.
Yeah, so sick. Yeah, no,
that's a good name. I remember when the project name got quote unquote released. Like I was just the one thing I thought is just please don't throw away that really good name and give it some bullshit fucking like 17-word name or something. Like,
Ads is saying it will not be called Exodus.
Are you saying that on good authority, or you just don't think it will?
I have a feeling it's just like Project Horizon. It's just a name. But
to be
if
fair,
Exodus
none of Thorpe's rides have ever been one. They've all had project names.
Do you remember any?
See, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. Projection said Fortnite into the stuff. What the fuck is that? That's exactly that's exactly what they'll do as well in it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Like,
no, it won't be Fortnite. It'll be PUBG because that's like out of fashion now. Like
PUBG.
Ads message. Exodus, Genesis, and Revelations. Various projects around Merlin.
Oh,
okay.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Exodus, get out the ride.
But yeah, none of Thorpe's rides have ever actually been like the actual name.
Oh, why do you think it's
LC12?
That's interesting. PP by P says, I am the only one who thinks. Am I the only one that thinks this layout is awful? No, at first I was like, what's this? It's grown on me. Like the more you look at it.
If you haven't listened to what I said in the first like 10 minutes of this podcast,
go back and you might change your mind. It is full of moments. Although there is stealth. Yeah, stealth.
Oh, stealth was the project. Okay.
Yeah, wasn't stealth supposed to be two coasters though? Wasn't it supposed to be Rita and stealth together?
No, it was supposed to be a clone of Accelerator and Knott's Berry Farm.
Oh.
I can't remember the reason why it didn't become that, but that's what it was supposed to be.
I'm really disappointed. Saul wasn't just called Dylan.
Yeah, to be fair.
Rough Dylan. Or would you theme it? It's called the mannequins Dylan. That's what they should do. Put name tags on them with Dylan. That would be great.
There should be like a toe tag on one of the mannequins somewhere in the
cancelled Oakwood order.
Oh yeah, it was. I heard that.
Yeah. But that was an accident after Pizza Hut objected to the Edge.
Oh yeah, didn't they have a pizza called the Edge or something?
That's ridiculous. If that's the case, like,
imagine getting beat out to naming your own coaster by Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut were at the park.
In your own park.
Yeah. Still though, like Pizza Hut was at the park when Stealth opened. So I remember eating at Pizza Hut the day I rode Stealth for the first time. But still, though,
That's bad, isn't it?
That's a sad excuse to miss out on a name.
Because we've made a poster, you can't have a fucking ride.
I find it funny because they actually got the signs made up. If you look at Stealth sign, you can see like faintly in the background of it, it says Edge.
Yeah. But I'm very interested to see if I don't know why I keep thinking like what if the layout becomes different, like it could actually change at this point, but
how about Fear of the Flood indirect dig at fuck you to the Environment Agency? I mean, why not? Maybe Exodus will be the Whopper. These are great.
You guys would decimate relationships between parks and other companies. like fucking hell. I'm glad you guys aren't.
I would have turned around and gone like, right, we have the Edge. You call your pizza the Stealth. Like, we do it that way. Laura said something. I'd love to see a huge lift hill being closed by a tunnel where there's lighting, sound effects that make it sort of pre-show. Yeah, after riding the Hulk, absolutely, it needs to be more of that in the world. Definitely. Zynga Towers the ride. Oh my god. I don't know. There's obviously a marketing plan behind Exodus, so I'm looking forward to it whenever it comes out. But yeah, should we talk about this Intamin gyro swing? What's the name of the park again, Kyle? I can't say it.
So it's at Linnanmäki in Finland, where Tiger is located.
Big gyro swing.
The ride itself is going to be called Swingy.
Swingy.
Yeah.
Swing him at Swing Face.
It's funny because they have a drop tower at Linnanmäki called Kingy.
It's not called Droppy then.
I
thought you was going to say Droppy genuinely then.
I was told the translation or just like the meaning behind it, but I can't remember off the top of my head. And I'm sure this will translate to something else as well. But yeah, so they have a drop tower called Kingy. This is going to be called Swingy. We just need some kind of spinning flat ride called Spinny now, or Spingy, or something.
Spingy, like that. So it's just slightly smaller than Loki at Liseberg, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think I had read that it's going to be like at its peak swing, it's going to be 40 meters tall, which is around about 130 something feet or something like that. Loki is 43 meters tall, if I've read correctly, and Tigeren, the other new gen instrument gyro swing at Dios Sommerland, is 45 meters tall. So this will be the smallest of the three, albeit not by much, and it's still pretty fucking big. So like it's not.
Yeah, and it's lap bars, isn't it? The new gen.
That's the great thing about it. That's the great thing about these. They have lap bar restraints instead of your traditional.
After going on Maelstrom, lap bars would scare me.
Yeah, that's why I want to ride Loki so bad. I want to ride all three of them so bad just because of that. Because there's always been I've been on a few gyro swings now. I've been on some Zamperla discoveries, some Huss. What the hell are the Huss ones called? I'm gonna have to search that. The Huss versions of these gyro swings. I can't remember the model name that they use.
Giant Frisbee.
That's the one, Giant Frisbee. And like they're either comfortable to ride, but they restrict your view, or the view is really nice, but it presses down on your chest. So like it's not breathable. So like with these ones just being lap bars, giving a great view and no, pressure on your upper body or anything, with it just being lap bars, like it's most likely the best, ride experience of all of them. Plus they're massive, and Loki is right next to Balder in the park as well, and it like swings right up against Balder, and then on the other side it swings out over like the lake in the middle of the park or something like that. So like,
it goes slightly over a cliff, doesn't it? There's like a little bit of a ledge that it goes over and makes it look a bit.
That's the screaming
swing. Oh wait, no, that's the screaming swing.
Yeah.
No, Loki. Yeah, Loki looks. to be honest with you, the amount of G-force you get on Maelstrom is mental.
Yeah.
Like to even to experience that even more with these new ones, it's been insane. Honestly,
Yeah.
I love Maelstrom so much, but unfortunately, due to my size, I'm one click on it now. I have to be pushed in and seat belted up like one. That's it, and it's horrible now for me. So these lap bars would be nice. Yeah. It would make you feel a bit twitchy though. Lap bars up there, that high.
Oh, I'd love it.
One of them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Love it.
I'd love it.
I love it. But like, as soon as it's like went beyond, do you know what I mean? Like pulling you back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a weird feeling to have at first. Like rush is a weird feeling at first, and the gyro swings, just yeah, it's insane. It looks great. What do you guys think? I think everybody's pretty up for that in the chat by the looks of it. Loki is great when it snows. Nice.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah, that sounds like a bit of an experience.
Someone mentioned the light package on Tiger. Yeah, like I have seen photos of it like during nighttime operation hours. The past couple of months. Yeah, it looks really good. Looks really nice, especially off ride.
Yeah,
I can't help but think that like that night ride with no lights on, just pure darkness, would be insane though. Like that'd be a great night ride because there is nothing down there. It's just on a hillside and there's no other, like, parts of the ride go over other coasters, but like the majority of Tiger's layout is all just on a hillside away from the away, like just like jutting out on the outskirts of the rest of the park. So like with no lights to light up that whole area, that would be an insane night ride with how varied that thing is force wise and how intelligent that layout is. Like, yeah, I can only imagine. They have always had LED strip lighting on the sides of the trains though, but yeah, apart from that.
Oh, that would look cool in the dark though, wouldn't it? Just
Hell
like
yeah.
this light.
Hell yeah, it does.
I love the way Velocicoaster does that.
Yeah.
Like you just catch it. If you're just walking back towards the entrance or walking to the other side of the park, you just catch Velocicoaster just in your eye.
Yeah.
There it is. Wow, right, okay. It's there.
It's not hard to miss. But no, the new light package or the new light package light sequencing does look really nice. Like really nice
Awesome.
off ride for sure.
Have to check that out, definitely. Should we talk about Horizon?
Yeah, let's dig in.
Yeah,
because
big projects on the horizon.
Big projects are on the horizon. You are correct, James. You forgot your segue, mate.
No, you just ruined it.
I forgot your segue, to be honest.
Exactly.
Here is the plan that came out today. Now, for benefit of the podcast listeners, we are showing some plans. So watch the video. If you listen to this on Spotify, go back and watch it on YouTube. It's probably one of these episodes where you'd have to go back and watch the stuff that we show on the screen because it's going to be a short one because we fucked up royally and forgot that the clocks went back and we didn't tell Mikhail and he's in Canada. So this is going to be a short episode. It's going to be quick through the news just to let you guys know. But yeah, this is Horizon. This is what we've got so far. We've got a bit of a queue line. There's 3 queues there. I'm presuming standby, fast pass, and then you've got wrap pass. I'm guessing that's what it will be.
I think that's what it's. I think that's what it's going to be. I don't think. I think a couple of people were asking if one of them was going to be a single rider queue. I don't think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be for disabled access.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, what has actually happened for this to come back to light, like in today or yesterday? Has it just been
they put through their initial kind of application with no documents? Well, there were documents, but until it got accepted by the planning board, they couldn't be seen by anyone.
Right.
Today is the first day that they've actually been publicly
viewable
by everyone. So that's why everyone's just like, "Oh my god, plans!"
Yeah, the website has basically been crashing.
The website crashed. Yeah,
I did it.
Yeah. Well done, everyone. Well done. Round of applause. But yeah, there is an interesting one of the building elevation. This one is interesting. So there's your elevations of the building.
Yes.
Now, it's quite big, isn't it?
It is a big building.
It's a
And
big
it
building.
looks like it's also sunk into the ground a bit
yeah,
as well.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit.
which makes me think: are they clearing out underneath it inside to do something underneath it? I have a feeling they might
That-
be doing.
Yeah, it wouldn't
Yeah.
be the first time, would it?
The question of
Nope.
what is that sticking out of it? There's like a big, what looks like a ring.
That's going to
theming
be a.
element on
I
the front?
reckon that's going to be a theming element. That's probably going to have
yeah.
plaster on it and maybe an animal. Just saying it because Merlin like doing stuff like that.
Mm,
I'm getting very Aztec-y vibes about this whole thing. I don't know why. I
theming
just
focal point.
yeah, it's like that's going to be a big.
The interesting thing is there's nothing to like in terms of speculation. There's nothing to connect it to in terms of like theming wise.
theming wise IP. No, they're keeping that proper
Also,
close to the chest.
in terms of from a planning side of things,
Mm-hmm.
we will not know what's inside that building.
No,
They do
not
not.
at all.
All
No.
they need is permission for that building.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
They
they have
Don't have
they-
to show anything from inside.
They have
Well-
done something though, haven't they? Today.
Yes. So
Well,
in the myriad of documents that they submit, they have to do like
Whether or not they're meant to do
environmental
this.
impact, traffic impact, all that sort of stuff. And there was a bit of a slip up, it looks like, in the traffic impact of yeah, they kind of let slip that the introduction of a new roller coaster would not have a determinal impact on the traffic around the area.
SW9. There it is.
Question mark.
Nah, that's SW9. Has to be. There's no other coaster projects like in planning, so that's
we
the
can
next
figure that
coaster.
one out.
That's secret weapon. It's got to be.
Doesn't necessarily mean it's a secret weapon, though.
No, it's secret weapon now. But I will go with B&M. We're building Chesington's coaster. I am pretty certain that this is secret weapon 9. Like everything in my gut tells me this is SW9, which is great because we don't know what's going to be inside. And for once, we might fucking keep it a secret.
Well, it
until opening.
it depends
No, we
on
won't.
if a picture gets leaked of like a delivery of track or something.
Which
delivery of
you know it's gonna
track
let's stop this bullshit. Yeah,
Delivery of
you know it's
track.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Delivery of
Someone
track will.
somewhere is gonna take a photo of a delivery coming, or just like a sliver into like a door frame. Looking
I'm
into the
totally
building
not
and
looking
seeing,
in
like...
Ad's direction right now.
Towers Times, behave. I remember.
You two attraction
during-
source.
Yeah, I remember like during that conversation about air, about the guy who ran SW5.
We're ready.
Yeah,
in the
we're
plane.
ready in the
Ready
plane.
in the plane.
Ads, there is a cheaper alternative. It's called
Yes.
a drone.
Yeah, drone. Get a drone.
I know you didn't have that back when air was being built.
Drones exist, ads. They exist now.
Yeah. Carl said I'm going to sign up to work for all the manufacturers at the same time. Yeah, as a delivery driver, it'll bring all the trash.
I would not trust you driving that track. You'd end up like whacking it
Imagine.
into a tree or something.
Imagine if Carl actually did that and got a job. Like, just Indeed, he got a message on Indeed, like, yeah, you've been accepted for an interview for, I don't know, for this project. Turn up. Like, oh, that would be great. Wow, I'm a great
Track
driver.
mysteriously gets redirected to pleasure. Is that what's going in
Exodus.
Valhalla?
Exodus.
Tra- Imagine Exodus track just shows up at Pleasure Beach.
Bastards.
Oh my god, can you imagine if
Mandy
that
paid
happened?
someone? Mandy paid someone off. She paid a driver off.
Drones have too much of a grey area with the park. Planes are fine. Fair enough.
Yeah, because you can't see them. Like, oh, suddenly a huge backyard coaster gets built. Carl's like, opening day round at mine, boys. Let's go. That's a big message. Judging by where the path to the ride starts by the dungeons, do we think this means it'll be closed period is opening, or maybe it's returned being the boat ride and rethemed to fit? I think
let's see the
dun-
overhead
Whoa,
plan.
is it what? He's talking about the path down to
Pathway
the
down
overhead-
to
down to
Horizon.
dungeons.
What?
Bring up the overhead plan,
Oh,
the actual image.
dungeons are there.
Yeah, no, the path the area that they've blocked off, they'd still be able to have access down to the dungeons.
Yeah, they've got a little pathway there where Trick or Treat Town on the right.
They still have
they
access
could do
to
that.
the dungeons.
Yeah,
And they got access
this
to
is tucked
David
way
Walliams'
behind
world.
there, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
it's in that,
behind
it's in that
Fabulous
storage
Fandango.
area.
Yeah.
It used to have rides in it, and then it became
Yeah, it used to have coasters in. That's why it's
it
called
became like a
Coaster Corner.
maintenance
Coaster Corner,
and,
yeah.
I think it's like where
Graveyard.
the sign making part is as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm really excited for it.
It's a
And
big
the fact-
building.
It's huge.
It is a big
Yeah.
building.
They're going to need a new bin area. Yeah, they are. You're right. They are. They probably have to put that.
They could theme it to a rubbish tip. There you go.
Octonauts 2 coaster for a sea life tunnel.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
That would be amazing.
That would be good. That would be good.
But yeah,
what-
I'm mostly just interested in how they're gonna theme it, what kind of story they're gonna go with, how it's gonna make sense with the attraction itself. Is it like if it ends up actually being a coaster, like
is it Jumanji?
like do you want to bring up the other graphic that we were talking about before, James? Or
Oh yeah,
did we want to leave that?
The one about the
investment.
jobs and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
That one.
So as part of it, they had the economic benefits of the project. Projected to cost £12.5 million for construction,
Yeah.
and it's over a 2-year period for the construction as well.
Right.
So
So we're looking at
big project.
20 another 24 opening, right?
Mm-hmm. 5.
It would,
Or 25
I think
or 25
it would start
even.
25. It would probably start construction next year.
Yeah.
I think because the plan spring next year, if it gets approved.
Right. Oh, the plan is to start construction in spring next year. Okay, right, yeah.
If it gets approved, yeah,
So
because
it's
they haven't
still
had this
25
approved
then.
yet.
I can imagine that adds. There's a lot.
So you
of
told me I
effort
got to wait
going
till
into
25
pathway.
till 2025 to come home then?
Yeah, looks like it. You'll have some attractions to ride though.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
No, there's a lot of effort going into the pathway, not linking up
Linking
to
up
Williams.
Williams World. Yeah, I can imagine that there's a lot of effort. I think. Do you reckon they're regretting that?
No,
Williams World?
Hmm.
no,
No, I don't think so.
it is bringing them money. It is quite a popular area with families. So
Yeah.
Is it?
yeah,
I don't know.
It always
it's
seems
not as popular as CBeebies, but
No, it never will
Yeah.
be. That's got too many IPs in there, but like and too much designed for toddlers, you know. But
Yeah.
that is like the next step up. But I don't see it as being that mad. Like the Gangster Granny itself, yes, granted.
I mean,
but,
to be fair, that is the main kind of only ride they have in that area.
yeah,
That's
and then they've got
flaps,
like
the
you know,
carousel.
Bottom Burp and
I
Fablos.
always see that driving school like pretty like
That needs to go.
I'm saying whenever I've been there this year, like the driving school's always got kids going around it. It's always got a
I've seen it.
line. Like
Yeah,
it's
good
Yeah.
point with that as well. The 12.5 million investment is just construction costs, not a project investment.
Yeah.
Which will be a lot higher. So
this is what
12.5
this is what I
million
was saying.
just
This is
to
what I was
build it.
saying. Yeah, this is what I was saying off like before we started recording. Like
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that just construction, or is it the entire thing? Is it going to
Just
be the
construction.
yeah, or like is the cost of the show building itself like included in that? Like there's going to be a lot of other costs going into it as
Yeah.
well. So like
I wonder if that why do you think that? Because I think the same. I think the London I think the Dungeons and Williams World is going to be a difficult combination in that park at the top. Really
I'm not
difficult.
sure. Yeah, Williams. It depends on how long they've got that IP for.
yeah,
It
depends what year the lease will run out. doesn't
If they,
if
it's
they
weird
feel like
'cause
if they feel like renewing it after it
Yeah.
runs out.
there was a lot of work put into actually making it be the story.
Yeah, that's what I
like
I don't
that.
know if they just have it as one
I like that because that's what I felt like as well. It's very temporary in terms of attractions. I agree. Gangster Granny could be themed to anything at any point. It's just I just don't feel like it's a complete area. I've always felt like that. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It looks nice and stuff. What's that?
The way you worded that. Adson's
Queen's clocking off. Was made Williams Road very awkward.
The Queen
Clocking off.
Clocking off. Yeah.
She signed out, lads.
Didn't they change it like instantly? Didn't they close it and change it to the king?
No, they closed it for the funeral and that, I think, just out of respect. But like, as part of the story, I think it would still
It's
be
been
king.
changed. Yeah, it's
still
been
be
changed.
Queen.
No, it's been changed to the king. I'm sure it has. Do you know that? I think it has. Sure, Aaron said something. They'd already changed it.
How? Because there's theming that is literally.
Yeah, they might have had 2 sets because she was pretty old when they made the ride. You never know.
Have they? I don't know. I haven't been on it. I've only been on it once.
Yeah.
So
it's a very smelly
been on
ride.
it
It's
since.
fun.
It is
It
very
is a
smelly.
fun ride. I'm impressed. I was impressed with what they managed to do with.
I think it's exactly the same. Yeah, I didn't think they
Why did
revamped it
Aaron
because
tell me it was the king?
it's part of the book.
Mm,
It's not. Yeah.
true.
It's
Very
the book
true.
that they based it off of, so
Yeah.
surely it makes sense. Anyway, we've got distracted here because we were talking about Horizon.
Yeah, Horizon.
Now we're
so-
talking about Gangster Granny.
Yeah, but it's like it's close, isn't it? Like what?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, so like going back to Horizon then.
I find it strange.
Here's what I'm wondering, just in terms of the attraction's place in Towers' ride lineup. I guess you can quite easily just say like we'd rather have a coaster than another dark ride, but
Nah,
like
not Towers.
no. Well, I mean, it frames my next question. Like, would we rather see another coaster, or would we rather have that that staple e-ticket dark ride take its place in this attraction? Or
Well-
would you think that would be a better fit in Towers' ride lineup, or do you think an indoor coaster
If
would
it's
go well? It's interesting because I think both of them could fit in really well because Towers don't have an indoor coaster.
Yeah,
So like,
absolutely.
if they're going for the SW9 coaster, makes sense, and with the fact that we're getting the dual refurb, there and like Hex, a lot of its effects now are actually working again.
Oh, okay.
The
Cool.
cursor's back on.
Hey,
had-
they plugged
that's-
in. Round of applause
That's
for Towers.
had effects that haven't worked for years,
Yeah.
done up while it was closed.
Mm.
So a lot of their dark ride lineup, they are actually refurbing and bringing back up to scratch.
Nice.
So having a coaster, it's kind of like they're investing in dark rides still, just not for an entire new attraction.
Yeah.
They're
more
either
so
refurbing
getting
or
getting the two main ones up to scratch. Wow.
Yeah.
Also,
Is that
adding more, making the coaster lineup more well rounded. Yeah.
Or-
Yeah, I can see that.
are they having to do that with the dark rides to have consistency in dark rides because the new one's just going to be that good? Like if you go on the new one and head over to Hex and nothing's working, it's going to look shit, isn't it? Like you need to have at least them at their best, so this one doesn't affect them that much. I think they might have been forced that. I think something might have come along and be like, "We're doing this, but we need to do this with our others because otherwise, yeah,
I think
it's not going to look
that
good."
kind of makes more sense if you direct it towards
Yeah.
dual. To be honest.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, 1,000,000%. I agree with you on that,
Hmm.
and I think that's probably why,
But yeah, both of them. I guess you could.
Kyle, you can read that.
Well, my guy. You're
Just
beautiful, Marcus,
okay.
No matter what you say.
I'll take that. I was told by a
Mike
Darkest
and Mark's
Depths
words can't
character
bring you
that I
down.
was- No, I was told by a Darkest Depths character that I was lucky to be here, so I'll take that. I'm okay.
Well, I first got rejected by a very questionable nurse, and then got invited to Cubicle 3 later that day. So
Yeah, that sounds like a fun trip to scare maze.
if you want to know,
wanted to throw scare
want to
maze
know
in.
more, if you want to know more, go to Coaster Giants channel. There you go.
Yeah.
Cheap, quick plug.
Yeah.
Watch your Screenfest plug.
Oh, has he actually done one with you in it?
Yeah.
why don't you tell me? Like, why have I not got that on YouTube? Like, it's mad. Horizon's going to be Phalanx related. No, I don't think so.
Do you think there's a chance of that?
No.
I
Too far.
don't think so.
It's on the other side of the park, isn't it?
Yeah, that needs to kind of stay.
Could it be the link between 13 and Hex that we've all been craving for so long? Could it be?
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
That would be interesting.
That would make sense, right? For the park. If it's not IP based like Jumanji or I don't know, whatever. But if it's
The Rock.
actual,
Just The Rock.
if Dwayne Johnson isn't involved, then they could do that with their own IPs that they've developed over the years and people loving these attractions. Like, I feel like Towers could offer more by doing their own story with their own IP instead of using outsourced.
They have all the resources to do so right there.
Absolutely. And they do it with their fireworks displays every year. And everybody loves the stories about the fireworks displays. So that speaks volumes to the park's IPs that it's generated over the years. And I would love to see that personally as an enthusiast. I'd love to see Towers have a bit of lore behind it. You know, let's have a bit of a story behind like what's going on there. But I don't know if that's going to make money. Probably not. Would Dwayne Johnson make money? Absolutely. So what they're going to go with Dwayne Johnson? What movie franchise they choose to go with, that's a different story, but they're going to go with something.
San Andreas, mate.
Oh,
cracked it.
There it is. That's it. Horizon, end of the world.
New one. What was it? Black Adam? Or as I
yeah.
No, I kept hearing on the radio, Blackadder.
I have a cunning plan. Blackadder. Not now, Baldwick. Yeah. Right, should we quickly check out Wildcats Revenge? Have a bit of chat about another RMC that's coming.
I've not actually watched the reveal.
Well, you can watch it right now. So if you're listening on podcast, you definitely need to watch this show. We're going to play the advert for it. Looks good. Looks interesting. We've got some thoughts. What do you guys think in the comments if you haven't seen that yet? I mean, it's all over the fucking internet. You've probably seen it a million times.
I was about to say, it's like every other post. It's like every other tweet on Twitter.
Iron Kit Kat was right there. Meow. Oh. My kind of RMC doesn't want snap my legs off. Yeah. A black and red color scheme. Said that they didn't go with Steel Kitty. Iron Pussy. Oh, Shadow.
Marcus just says,
this is why I love you, Projection. Shadow the Hedgehog coaster. Now that's my kind of IP.
That's cool. World's largest underflip. It's a very odd record. It is. Yeah.
It looks interesting. I'm not overwhelmed by the layout. It does look quite It looks quite standard for RMC now.
Well, we were talking off there, Mikhail, weren't we? And we was like, this is just like every other RMC before everything else in one coaster.
Well, no. What I said is that it looks like every other smaller to mid-scale RMC.
Yeah.
But like none of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Like it looks similar in terms of layout direction and just size and scale and stuff. But when you look at the actual elements and stuff, like there's a lot of differences in shaping and stuff, and just it kind of looks like all of them and none of them all at once, like to me.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, like I do like that it like Emma said, like it looks like it doesn't focus on just just
Yeeting you out of the train.
bludgeoning you with airtime, with a million airtime moments. It looks like there's a good mix of forces and sensations and elements in there, while having, while keeping a few airtime moments in there as well. It looks more well-rounded in that sense.
Yeah.
So, which, to be honest, with the smaller scale RMCs, they are the ones that kind of fall into the trap, with the exception of Steel Vengeance, I guess. Like those are the ones that fall into the trap of just being like, like from start to finish. So,
what was that
like,
again?
You're just like,
I won't clip that. Make that gif. Make that gif.
Somebody do it.
I agree with Lloyd.
Yeah.
Very Creek Freak. I thought that when I was watching it.
Yeah. It was right there, Thorpe. Who they think they are. Yeah. Well, that is, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be realistic. That is the kind of RMC we would get over here. That would probably be top pinnacle of what we would get over here.
Yeah,
RMC
probably.
I couldn't see much more than that happening. So I'd rather had Exodus than that, be honest. Looking at that.
Honestly, yeah. Like not obviously, not to say that I don't think that this ride will be, of quality or anything. Like it looks like a solid, like mid tier, like upper mid tier RMC, but with Exodus looking as distinguishable as it does, I would have probably gone with Exodus too.
It's very picturesque, Exodus, isn't it? Even like in the bad renders we've seen, they are bad. There's like no cross ties. There's like people floating in midair. Like it's not great. We won't go there. We've talked about that already. But just the style of it and some of the planning from it looks so picturesque. This just looks like another Goliath / others like say hybrids. It's being branded as a hybrid as well. So is that having steel topper, or is it full on steel with wood? Like
no, it's Cybox.
Yeah. Why is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because no one can ever decide on what the definition of a hybrid coaster is. That's why.
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
Like Hershey Park are calling this a hybrid. Energylandia call Zadra, which is the exact same model, the wooden coaster.
Even Bradley Walsh called it a wooden coaster as well on that program that I saw.
People have this fucking debate every other day. Is it a hybrid? Is it a wood? Is it a stick? Like no one can decide what it is. So just like
it
is what it is.
And that as well, what projection says, Shilky isn't doing the layouts anymore, so there is a different design philosophy.
And this is what I was going to get onto as well. Like,
it's like it's trying to please a lot of old RMC fans.
So the new layout, the new like lead designer is Joe Draves for RMC, and to my knowledge, he designed a lot of Zadra, Airy Force 1, which is going to open next year, and then now this. He has a crap name. Don't even get me started.
Trainer.
And now Wildcats Revenge as well, which I mean isn't the best name either, but it's better than Airy Force 1. I'll put it that way. And with Zadra, like that's a coaster that doesn't focus on the myriad of airtime moments either. It's much more multidimensional in that sense, and it looks like this might be as well. So it's interesting to see how the design philosophies of the design philosophy of RMCs going forward will be under the lead of Joe Draves, because he was working with Alan Shilkey, for a lot of years, and like with RMC before Shilkey retired. So
you can definitely see some of the way the elements present themselves Shilkey-esque. Like you can't deny that they are. How they flow and how the ride actually paces is another story. That's just a render. That's all sped up to 1 speed. You can quite easily do that.
Projection had said, which I agree with, like it's going to be better to wait until the warmed up testing footage comes out, or just straight up like when we see it open.
It just to me, it's like a medley of RMCs. That's what it looks like to me. Just tick all the boxes, put all the elements in that people like. Done. Get people to the park to ride it.
Sure.
Fair.
What I will say is, and I suppose you could say like I've fallen into this trap a little bit as well because I'm not like just mind blown by it. Yeah. But I think that we can't let the fact that the market has been saturated by these RMCs take away from the fact that it is still
a great
not only a really great, like really good, enjoyable coaster experience. It's also better than like minimum 90+% of coasters out there. Yeah. So like
we're just a bit picky now, aren't we? Do you think?
Yeah,
we're a bit picky.
I feel like, and I've said this before. Like I feel like we're much less tolerant of coasters that do the same things now or similar things now than we used to be.
Yeah.
No, like I don't remember people. Albeit I wasn't really old during this time, but like I was a kid during this time. But I don't remember during the 90s people up in arms about B&Ms doing the same things over and over again.
No,
they were. You could argue they had more formulaic layouts than these RMCs did.
Yeah, absolutely, they do. Yeah,
and everyone loved them. Every park wanted one.
Everyone
hence why everyone bought one. Hence why multiple Six Flags park have like 4 or 5 of them. The SeaWorld and Busch Gardens parks have like multiple B&Ms in them as well because they were people pleasers. Everyone loved them, despite the fact that a lot of the layouts were extremely similar. Yeah. These just happen to have a lot of similar elements, a lot of the same elements in some cases, but like they're not the same layouts, are they? Like no. we've just seen how manufacturer like design principles and practices with these of today's manufacturers have become so skilled and so creative that it's like our tolerance of coaster layouts doing or elements doing the same things despite how much we enjoy them
and how differently they do them as well per coaster. Like no coaster is the same.
Exactly. So I just feel like a good portion of the reason why people's reception of this has been a little lukewarm is because like we've seen it before, but we shouldn't forget the fact that it's still gonna be an awesome coaster experience. Still gonna give a great night ride. Still gonna be one of the best coasters at that park at Hershey Park.
Ads is right.
Everyone lost their mind when everyone plopped in Colossus.
Fingerland plopped in Colossus.
Yeah,
not everyone.
I was about to say I definitely didn't, but
not everyone.
No. He's not entirely wrong though. Like a lot of people
he's not.
People did.
Yeah, but a lot of people. Like
I can safely say I didn't.
Yeah,
say that.
It's been out in Italy for like 10 years. That coaster, like it's all over the place. Being still do on occasion look at the new Transformer coaster, Hulk Clone. Yeah, but that's a different kind of thing, isn't it? That's like Universal. That's Universal doing that because that works for them, like as a park. So B&M still do on occasion look at the new Transformers,
and that's also Universal. That like
it's
Universal would have wanted that.
Yeah,
not
Universal wanted Super Mario Land and Super Mario Land. Super Mario Land. Like that's what they wanted. They wanted the Wizarding World. Like,
and then if you look at with Decepticoaster, if you look at the that's a great name. I really like that name. If you look at the infrastructure of that Transformers Land at Universal Beijing, it's pretty much exactly the same as Marvel Superhero Island at Islands of Adventure.
Which is set
up the same way. It has the same ride. It has the same has the same main roller coaster in Decepticoaster. It has the same flat ride It has the
Yep.
same teacups ride that Marvel Superhero Island does. It has the same main pathway going through it.
The bridge.
And it has a main. I think it
Does it have
has.
the
I
bridge?
think it has. I think it has the. It might. I think it does actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it does have the I think it does have the bridge going. Right by the Cobra Roll and vertical loop of Decepticoaster, and then it has It has the main Dark Ride as well. It has it has Transformers, the Dark Ride in that section as well. It's set up exactly the same. So that's more so. I think you're not entirely wrong, but like I think that's more so
A Universal
wanting to use Marvel Superhero Island as a template of how they wanted to
in a different country as well. Where there hasn't
set
been
up
B&M
Transformers.
clones. Like like Beijing hasn't had B&M clones from B&M. Like there hasn't been like Batman, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like
exactly.
The Marvel teacup
It's
to ride.
I don't really put it in the same vein as B&M building Kumba and then building Dragon Khan.
Yeah.
And how similar those are, and then with the Flawless Coaster, then building Kraken.
Yeah.
And like how similar element wise those are. Even someone mentioned the Batman clones in the comments. John Payton mentioned the Batman clones. It's a little different to that, but
it is a little different. But we can see your point. But that's definitely a Universal decision. They want that ride there because it's a world-class coaster. It really is a world-class coaster, and they want people on the other side of the world to experience that. And people will travel for the Hulk. I traveled to Florida for the Hulk, as well as other things, but that was a bucket list coaster for me, 100%.
There are some interesting comments in here.
Go for it. I forgot.
Projection said a part of that is just that the world wasn't as interconnected as it is now with the internet.
Yeah.
Which we see everything now.
Yeah, we
see every look. We're talking about a new gyro swing in Finland, a new RMC in Pennsylvania, fucking
Horizon. A new roller coaster.
We talk about Fantasia. We talk about Bingo Card, Fantasialand. The new Batman Intamin in Madrid, the two Tatis in front. Like we see everything. We see everything nowadays.
We do.
Hell, we're talking about Six Flags Qiddiya, is it? Like
we were talking about that
over in UAE and stuff. And it's very true. Like we weren't like the rides in other countries weren't as visible to us in the 90s and early 2000s as they are. Definitely not as they are now. Out and Back Travel said, "Old Thuzy here. People in the 2000s definitely moaned about copy and paste B&Ms," which, like I said, like I wasn't really not only was I not really involved in the coaster community as much as I am now. Back then, I was also I was in single digits. I was like 8, 9, going on 10, 11 years old. So I wasn't.
That's interesting though.
Included as that, but I can't again. I kind of just feel like there won't have there won't have been as much chatter about it now as there is. No. Back then as there is now. Sorry, as there is now. Sorry.
If they had social
I might be
media
wrong.
back then, I imagine it would have been pretty talked about. If they had the social media and everything that we have now, it's going down another rabbit hole. Though we won't go there. But that's the thing. A ride everyone moans about being cloned. SLCs.
There you go.
Just moan about infusion. That's what we've got to do. Scott from PBE posted something today, actually, quickly about it been to Tazika's factory again, and looks like they're going to be doing some more tracking on the big one.
Yeah, probably. I'm expecting them to do a bit every off season.
Yeah. Why don't you just do it all? Why just do what they did with Valhalla and close it for 3 years?
Because they don't want to close it for 3 years.
Because they don't want to close it for 3 years.
I know. Versus Desert Racer helicopter both for the win. Absolutely. I like the ending looks better for Desert Racer. It looks good. But right, guys, we're gonna have to wrap it up because we fucked up with the times from Kyle. So thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Leave some comments in, leave some questions in as well.
Should be back to normal next week.
We should be back to normal next week. Yeah,
Mikhail comes back to the past.
Yeah, Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah, that's weird to say.
And
Anyway,
hopefully
guys,
Sean
thank
don't
you.
have any jobs pop up.
Thank you so much for watching. Oh, by the way, actually, quick one. Attraction Source. If you are at Alton Towers on Sunday at 4 p.m., get your ass to Nemesis. They're doing a massive group photo of everyone.
Mhm.
So
Beneath
make
the
sure
eye.
and it's free, so you can go there. They're inviting everyone down, as much people as possible.
Someone
Please
Photoshop me in.
do that. Yeah, superimpose me in. I ain't gonna make it, fortunately, but definitely.
And also for anyone who hadn't seen Alton Towers' post on Twitter,
Run to the queue after fireworks.
they are going to be closing the queue line in an hour before park close.
At least
is it?
an hour.
At least
an
yeah.
hour.
So
Because they're anticipating.
they're planning on
rightly
9.
so.
If it's busier,
that,
it will be earlier.
yeah.
So just
they're
keep
anticipating
your eye on
rightly
it.
so that it will obviously it's going to be in high demand on the last day of its operation. So yeah, they're telling us now, like, let's give for all the times that we get onto parks for not being transparent with the communication and not communicating important information. Let's show appreciation for the times where we do see good communication from parks. This is the right move on Towers' part to let us know that it is going to be closing. The queue line is going to be closing an hour earlier, at least, than like before park close. So yeah, 9 p.m. I think is the time that they said that.
At the moment,
yeah. Another quick one, just quickly. Before this, I streamed Iron Gwazi on Ride Sims. So if you haven't checked that out, go and check it out. It's really fun. But yeah, have a great fireworks. Have a great end of the season trip to Towers. Enjoy Nemesis while you can, and we will. We'll see you all.
Carl said, "Send us a cardboard cutout, and
we'll send you." We'll do it.
Need Chain Dog's cardboard cutouts.
We do need them, and we can just put them when people don't come in the show. We can just put them on a camera and just have the cardboard cutout. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Cheers for watching. Cheers for listening. And leave a review if you're listening on a podcast format. See you later.